Welcome to Wild, Women in Lending Determined to Make an Impact. I'm your host, Robin Lavasser. They say our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. It's being powerful beyond measure. In this podcast, I will share how to break through imaginary ceilings, lean into success, discovering your purpose, and understanding how to create the business and life of your dreams. From failures to triumphs and all the tactics in between, let's jump into the wild arena together.
Welcome back to Wild with Robin Lavasser. Today I want to talk about something simple but powerful, something that can shift your entire outlook, your motivation, and even your emotional health. And I love this one. And it's the benefit of looking forward to things. I'm going to tell a story. When we first got my husband's nephew, and he came to live with us full time, and I say the word adopted. The truth is he's just been with us since he was 14 years old, and it's been such a gift, and he's now in his 30s. I realized something in reflecting, playing the mom role, if you will, the parent role, the authoritative role in his life at that time, and he was going into his freshman year. He had never really looked forward to things in his life. He'd never looked forward to things. And it took me a while to get him to start caring about the future. And what I realized was that there was very little motivation in the day-to-day. There was very little inspiration, if you will, in his heart and in his life at the time, because he really didn't ever look forward to anything. And when we started to place things in his life that he started to actually anticipate, have excitement about, want to be part of, whether it was going to a concert, maybe it was a big football game coming up, he wrestled, we put him in sports, the big wrestling match or the big meet, the dance or the anticipation of asking a girl to prom, school clothes shopping, maybe going out and getting a new pair of shoes and some new jeans and some new sweatshirts for the year, going to get that haircut. He had just never in his life, I think, dreamed, if you will, about the future because there was so much survival mode in his life. And it took us a while to even find a space with him, a balance of accountability and praise that would create motivation because he didn't have a future outlook. Now, fast forward, I'll never forget when he was 18, actually before he was officially 18, he went on his own by himself and met with a recruiter and ended up signing up for the Marine Corps. And I cried the day he came home and signed up for that Marine Corps because I thought, wow, but he was looking forward to it. He was excited to graduate. He was excited to test out and see where he landed. He was excited to get through boot camp and make the calls that he had made it. He was excited for graduation. He was excited to see where his placement became. And so little by little, he's now married with a beautiful family, 3 kids, an incredible property. And it's been so fun. It's just such a metaphor for me that here was this child at 14 years old that we couldn't find a way really to motivate him. And what he really didn't have was something to look forward to. Once he learned how to look forward to things and anticipate them, it was like his soul became alive again. And I'm so proud of him for that. And I'm so proud of us for finding ways to motivate him. And so I think about the last time that you had something on your own calendar in your own life that made you smile. Every time you thought about it, maybe it was a vacation, maybe it's a girls' night. Maybe it's a day off work where you're just going to catch up and get a bunch of stuff done. Maybe it's so small, like a really good meal. I'm looking forward to dinner tonight. I can't wait. Chicken and dumplings is one of my favorite fall meals, right? And on a good rainy day, I get excited about making that meal and inviting the family over for it. Maybe you have a morning walk or your favorite playlist, or you're looking forward to a movie coming out, right? It's a small thing, your next podcast episode or the drop of a new book from your favorite author. That feeling of anticipation, a tiny little spark that makes you think, I can't wait, I'm excited, is actually one of the most underrated mental health hacks that we have. And it gives us reason to move through the hard days with hope. Let's say it again. It gives us reason to move through hard days with hope. It creates momentum. And it's not just emotional, it's biological, right? Our brains release dopamine when we anticipate, not just when we get the reward. The truth is, a lot of people train and do all of this work, and then they go to the big race. And it's not whether or not they lost or won on race day that creates the most dopamine. It was all the work they did in anticipation of race day. It was all the work they did, meaning the joy begins before the thing that you're anticipating even happens. What a beautiful gift anticipation can give us in our lives. So let's bring that into business. Let's talk business. If you're a leader, a loan officer, a real estate agent, a parent, someone building something big, the days can start to feel like a blur of to-dos instead of get-tos. I say that all the time. I have to or I get to. And I'll correct myself on that. I'll correct my words and say, I get to do this. I get to do this. I recently don't get to go down to our big 10X event. I get to stay home and watch my daughter have her first son. I get to stay home. But I had to really catch myself from saying, I have to. I have to miss. I have to be there. No, I get to. I empower my own choices, right? I get to, and I'm anticipating the birth of our new grandson. I can't wait to watch our daughter Peyton deliver him. When you think about work, when you stop having things to look forward to, you start to lose your why. You can be successful and then feel really stuck at the same time if there's nothing lighting you up along the way. If there's nothing that you're excited about. That's why I believe in building anticipation in a business culture, building it. Everyone getting excited. Everyone should be excited about game day in the office. Everybody could be excited about the quarterly goal in the offsite that you're going to do, or the cornhole tournament, or everybody could be excited about their coworker having a baby or getting married or whatever the case. But when you have something that you're anticipating, small or big, it helps everyone have hope and energy in an office setting. It's a huge deal. Building anticipation in business culture is a massive win. And if you look around and think, God, our culture feels very flat right now. It feels very blasé, not very energetic. Think to yourself, what is everyone anticipating? What are we excited about? What are we currently looking forward to? Maybe it's a team retreat, Friday coffee date, a monthly win or celebration, a meeting when you're waiting for a shout out or something fun to teach or learn and be able to share with somebody else. There's so many things that you can do in the workplace that can build anticipation and then make sure that they get motivated from that by having praise and accountability, right? Very big deal to create both of those things. So when your team has something in general, or you do, to look forward to on the horizon, you work differently. I'll never forget having a dream of taking my entire family, and mind you, we have 5 children, and Andrew at the time was engaged to be married. So we really had 6 children with us, in addition to John's mom. And I wanted to take everybody to Maui for 1 week. And I wanted to stay in a really nice place, and I wanted to go do all the fun things. As you can imagine, taking a family of 9 people to Hawaii, which is not a cheap island to be on, and pay for food and pay for activities and pay for airfare and stay in a nice place and have a nice pool and have a really great time, spend some time on the beach, say yes to everything, ice cream, fun late night dessert, the more expensive steak or seafood that's on the table, right? Like, say yes to everything. And the way that I wanted to do it was not with credit card debt. And I will tell you, I worked so incredibly hard that year that I wanted to achieve that trip. And I was so proud of myself when I was able to book it and give my family the anticipation of going to Maui, a place I had never been before, I had never seen. And I was so excited to share it with them. I was so excited to do the road to Hana and hike and do all of these things and share it with our kids and do a big vacation that we hadn't been able to do previously, and then not come home with credit card debt. What a great thing. That motivated me for a year of loans. I'm not exaggerating, so that I could reward ourselves with that trip. It was a beautiful anticipation. So bringing those things into the office, bringing those things into your own life, bringing those things into your family, bringing those things into your marriage, it keeps things fresh and renewed, right? It's a very big deal. You can do that same thing with your faith, right? Having a great women's group, or anticipating church, or anticipating what worship's going to be, or anticipating maybe diving into a new book on faith. There's so many things that you can do to anticipate that then will create energy and excitement and wonder, if you will, about what's coming next. That's a beautiful gift. So remember that you have something to look forward to on that horizon. There's more collaboration, there's more optimism, and there's for sure more heart. So if you are feeling a little bleh, if everything feels a little melancholy, if you see your children not having great motivation or energy, your marriage, your health in general, your self-reflection of you and all the categories of your life, the office space, your team, ask people what they're looking forward to. And if there isn't anything, help them find something. Help them find something, help them create it, help them anticipate it, and then reflect on the enjoyment that they had from it, and set something new after it's complete. And I promise you, mental health, business life, family life, personal life will get 10 times better because of that anticipation. If this was helpful, I hope you share it. We'll see you on the next Wild.